Hi everyone, I am so excited for our video today because my order from Artist Kit Company arrived yesterday, and that's what we'll be talking about in our video today. So I actually placed an order back in June 24, so it was a few days ago, and that was also the day that Artist Kit Company actually released their brush bag, which is this one. So I was so lucky because although I've been following Artist Kit Company on their Instagram page for a long time, because of the time difference. Artist Kit Company is based in New York, and then I'm from the Philippines, so I rarely see their post in real time. So I think I just got really lucky on that day that I was coming home from work. It was around 2 a.m. in the morning, and I was about to go to bed, and then I was doom scrolling just a little bit until I bumped into their profile, and I saw that they were releasing a bag that day. So before I went to bed, and even if I was already very crossed-eyed, from being tired and from lack of sleep, I placed my order, and I'm actually surprised that 5 days later, my order arrived here in my home. But then again, I do have to say that I paid also a hefty amount of shipping fee for my order because there's only one type of shipping available for, I believe, international purchases, and it's actually the UPS expedited shipping. So it's around $60. So I was actually about to check out already when I saw that, and I actually had other orders in my cart that I had to remove because it was already out of my budget, especially if I'm paying $60 for shipping fee. One of the things that I ordered that I removed, aside from the metal spatulas and magnetic spatula, was the liquid palette. So it's a palette wherein there are some depressions on the palette wherein it's actually perfect for liquid formulas. So I was actually very sad about that. But maybe in another order, I'm going to get that, or maybe when I visit New York, I'm going to visit Artist Kit Company, okay? But for our video today, we'll be talking about their new brush bag and also the silicone mat that I ordered from them. Okay, so first things first, I actually received some freebies from Artist Kit Company. So I have here a decal, I have here empty spray bottles, I have some stickers, and I have a velour puff. So thank you so much. I really appreciate this. And let's proceed now to what I actually ordered. So before we talk about the brush bag, let me talk about the silicone mat. So the silicone mat is actually a very big white silicone mat here, which I have been wanting to purchase for quite some time, and the main reason why is because it's just for sanitary purposes. Because as a makeup artist, I'm traveling for work, and I go to different locations at any given time, and sometimes there are cleaning people in the studio, and there are some times that they are not. So I find that I'm usually cleaning my work area wherever I am. So I have wipes here with me, and just to ensure that all of my makeup stuff is actually bacteria free, I actually place a silicone mat on top of the table. I sanitize it, and then that's where I put either my makeup brushes, my powder puffs, my makeup stuff, everything that I need for work that day. And it also helps me to keep everything in working order, and it just also helps me to ensure that I keep my place very neat and very tidy. Now, before I got a silicone mat, I actually used to use towels. But the problem that I have with towels is that it's still very slippery. Some of my makeup products slide away from it, or some brushes roll away, or some pencils roll away. And I also find that when I am using a white towel, it's very difficult to clean, especially if I have makeup stains on them. And there was also a time that I started using black towels, but the problem with black towels is that if I have makeup products that have black packaging, it's very difficult for me to zone in on them on top of the black towels. So I'm actually so happy that I have this right now, because it's white, and it just helps for everything to get easily spotted on the table. And I did have a silicone mat before. It's actually this one. It's actually quite small. I bought this off of Amazon, but the material of this is actually very thin, so it's very floppy. I kind of don't like it because the silicone mat from Artist Kit Company is actually thicker, and it feels more sturdy as well. So I'm actually very happy on the quality of the silicone mat of Artist Kit Company. Now, even if this is like, targeted to professional makeup artists, if you're someone who loves makeup and you have like, a counter table in your home or in your vanity, it's actually a good idea to have a silicone pad on top of it, because it just keeps the integrity of your vanity or your counter to be preserved for a long time, because makeup can stain, and like, sometimes makeup stains can be quite difficult to remove from countertops. So this is actually just a good idea, not only for sanitary purposes but also to keep your countertops clean at all times. Okay, now to the pièce de résistance of our vlog for today, it's actually this Artist Kit Company brush bag. So I actually fell in love with this when I first saw this in pictures, because look at that. What's not to love about this brush kit? Isn't it so beautiful? And I love that it comes in white. I love white, and like, this just really helps as well. If I have dark colored brushes, I'll be able to see it inside the bag, because like, if this had a black lining inside of, or if this was in black, it would have been very difficult for me to like, zone in on the brush. This will just really help me to visually see my brushes inside it. Okay, and also this will look very good right beside my Rikitol, because my Rikitol, my makeup mirror with lights, is also in white, so they would look good together on my table. So that's fantastic. Now, yes, even if this is in white, I'm sure this will get dirty, but it's just part of the job. Like, it really happens. But because the material here is like, faux leather, so this might be vinyl, so it's actually very easy to clean this out. So I'm sure with just like, some warm water, like either a baby wipe or a makeup wipe, you can remove the stains from it. But like, staining is always part of the job, like, especially if you're a makeup artist. And that's also the main reason why I don't wear expensive clothes when I go to work, because I get a lot of makeup stains on them all the time. So the brush bag is actually very nice. It's very compact, and it comes with a zipper that goes all throughout the body of the bag. So there are two zippers, and I love the quality of the zipper, by the way, as you guys can see here. And I love that there's a covering of the zipper, because at least like, it's again more visually appealing that you don't get to see the zippers. And initially when I first saw this, because like, the way that you use this brush bag is that you're actually going to fold the flaps here on the side, and there are actually magnetic buttons here that like, button onto each other, and that just really like, helps you to be able to use the brush bag and like, of course store your brushes. But because of this folding nature of this brush bag, I am not sure on how long, let me just clip the other button. Okay, I'm just not sure how long the integrity of these zippers are going to last, because we all know that constantly like, bending stuff and folding stuff can affect the integrity of a product. So in the future, if I see any like, degradation with the zipper area of this brush kit, I'm gonna put a pinned comment down below. Okay, but so far I'm liking it, and that's the only concern that I'm having with this brush kit so far. Okay, so as you guys can see inside, we have dividers here, which are actually like, attached using Velcro. So that's actually so amazing. And this dividers also help to expand the base of this brush kit here, so that's actually great. Now the base of the brush head here is actually very soft, which is so amazing, because if you're someone like me who collects handmade Japanese makeup brushes, we all know that those types of brushes are actually quite delicate. So example, this is my Eihodo Kingyo powder brush. Now this is a handmade Japanese makeup brush, and we have a lacquered handle here, wherein we have this maki design on the handle. So it's actually like, although it's very strong, very sturdy, because it's actually lacquered into the handle, but it's a little bit delicate, if you know what I mean. So I kind of like the fact that the base of this is actually like, cushioned, because at least when I put the brush here, like, it's just going to keep the integrity of my brush for longer, because it's not hitting on a hard surface, and it's also not scratching on a hard surface. So I actually love this for that already. And the one concern that I have for this, it is so slim Look how slim is that. So slim. It's also quite long. I don't know if the center of gravity of this bag is like, on point. So I am like, just worried about the toppling over of this bag. So there might be a little bit of like, some testing that I need to go through just to know which type of brush I'm going to put in the bag. So maybe I'm going to put the heavier brushes in the middle of the bag, and then the lighter brushes in the outer portion of the bag. Okay, there's also like a handle here, which is perfect because especially if you're traveling, you can just hook this everywhere. And I bring hooks with me to work because, mind you, like especially when I'm shooting on location, my working area can be very, very tight. So I kind of love the fact that I have hooks here because I can hook it anywhere. Okay, now we have this very nice clear plastic material here, which just really helps you to spot your brushes inside the bag. Okay, and I have just noticed right now that there's actually, I think, another, okay, so there's another lining here of plastic. Okay, so maybe the purpose of this is just to cover the tops of your brushes, like, just to avoid maybe staining, something like that. So at least it's a nice added feature, although I think to me that's completely unnecessary, but it's actually good to have it there. Okay, so maybe when this is just like, when you keep it open and you just want to like, just cover your brushes, maybe that should do the job. Okay, so what else? Oh yeah, by the way, let me just fold the flaps here first. The compartment here actually like expands a little bit, but not by much, but at least like, it's able to hold quite a good number of brushes inside. So we'll try that out. Okay, so let me just shift my camera and let's go to that part of my home office. Okay, so let's try out the Artist Kit Company brush bag. So let us fold down the flaps again. Okay, and let's see how many brushes can we stock inside. Okay, so as you guys can see, it holds quite a lot of brushes inside, and I'm also happy to say that it kind of keeps its center of gravity quite well, so it doesn't topple over, which is actually great. So that's one thing that I have like a main concern with, because I don't want like, my brush bag to fall when I am working, because I would end up having dirty brushes and I would have to wash them again before I could use them for work. Okay, so let me close the brush bag now. Okay, so the brush bag actually keeps everything compact, and I can see that the bristles here are being crushed by the covering here, which I am not so fond of. But then again, because I stuffed the bag here with too much brushes, maybe that's why it's like, constricting like this. But for sure, if I'm just able to balance out the right amount of brushes that I would need for work on that day, then I won't have any of this issue. But so far, I love how compact it is, and again, how sturdy it feels. But if it is like, in this position, I think I have to be very careful with it. I would have to either store this lying down like this, because I think because of the height of the bag, if I move this, it might just really topple over. But so far, I'm actually quite amazed on how, okay, there you go. So again, I'm quite amazed that even if there's a little bit of movement going on, the brush kit still manages to stay upright, which is great. So good center of gravity, but of course, if I add more pressure and more force, it's going to fall out. So at least we know right now how we can actually use this brush kit. Look at that, very beautiful, right? Very pretty. Okay. Alright, so let's go back into this position because the lighting here is just so much better. Okay, so we've seen how the Artist Kit Company's brush kit actually stays and stand up very well. So I'm actually so amazed by it. And looking at it now, I think that this brush bag or brush kit is not only perfect for people like me who are professional makeup artists, but like even for the regular makeup lover, especially if you're someone who travels a lot, this is actually a great kit to have at your disposal, because not only, oops. Okay, so one other thing, by the way, when you are going to open the zipper here and the brush kit is full of brushes, you have to make sure that you have to hold the brushes, especially that are located at the edge of the brush kit here, and press it away from the zipper, because the zipper kind of eats at the bristles of the brushes located on the very sides. I'm just going to be very careful right now, especially that I have a lot of natural bristled fibers on my brushes. So as I've been saying, this brush kit is actually perfect if you're always on the go, because you can actually store a lot of your makeup products here, not only brushes, because if you're a regular makeup user, you only have a specific number of brushes, right? But you can also store your foundation bottle here, your mascaras, your concealer, and even for sure your lip liners, eyeliners. So it's actually a very nice caddy for your makeup stuff, not only for brushes. And then because of its very compact nature, and if you're traveling, you can just zip up the brush bag with all of your makeup stuff, and then you're good to go. And then when you arrive in whatever location you are in, whatever hotel, you can just put this on the vanity, and you're good to go. That's so cute, so amazing. I'm so amazed by this. In terms of comparison, well, I don't think this is a great comparison to do, but I do have another brush caddy, which I like to call, that I use for working, and it's actually the portable organizer of Sonia-G. So they're almost the same concept, but this one is made of a different material. I forgot the term for that material. Anyway, so as you guys can see here, we also have compartments here that are actually created by applying the dividers and sticking them to the velcros that's here on the side. But the main difference between this portable organizer from Sonia-G and the brush bag from Artist Kit Company is that, hang on, I think I need to remove all of the brushes from here so that I can show it to you guys. Okay, so the dividers are attached to velcros on this bag as well, but the only thing that I find unfortunate for this is that the velcro attachment is static in nature, so I can't adjust the width of each of the well of this brush kit here, because the Sonia-G portable organizer, the velcros are actually attached to the entire length of the side of the portable organizer, that I'm actually able to adjust the divider, and I'm actually able to get the width that I would need for the brush. For example, if I just need to put small eyeshadow brushes in the middle, I could do that, and it just stands up. And then on the side here, I could put the bigger makeup brushes, and unfortunately I can't do that with this. But then again, I'm also trying to understand just basing off of the design of the brush kit here, maybe if you would adjust the dividers, it might change the center of gravity of the brush kit. So I think this is kind of good, but it's just maybe something that they might want to look in the future, that they could make this adjustable and not static by applying the velcros to the entire side of the brush kit here. Okay, now this brush kit, by the way, I just read it right before I was supposed to make this video, is that, oh, let me get the plastic wrapping here. Okay, it's actually stated here that the purpose of this bag is to carry clean brushes. I do not recommend storing dirty brushes in it. Please carry a separate Ziploc bag for dirty brushes. Take care of your stuff. And there's also some instructions here on how to clean this brush bag. So you can just use a makeup wipe. For stubborn stains, use a tiny bit of oil-based remover, Cinema Secrets, Par and Spin It, brush cleaner, etc. If makeup gets on the bag, clean it immediately. If left, it will stay in the bag. So I hope that answers your questions about staining and how to clean them, okay? But let's go back to this statement here, wherein I do not recommend storing dirty brushes in it. Okay, so the main reason why I decided to purchase this is because I have my main brush kits here, so I bring that to work with me. And then I was thinking that I would use this, like, as a brush caddy when I am working. So I'm going to put this on my table, and it's going to be empty of brushes. And then what I will be doing is that throughout my day at work, I will be putting all of the brushes that I used that are dirty here. And then once I am done for the day, I can just, close the bag up and then zip it up and then bring them home. And then as soon as I get home, I'm going to remove all of the dirty brushes here and wash them. So that's what I envisioned this bag for, because the portable organizer from Songyji, that's the purpose it serves. Like, I have my brush kit, and then I bring this out, and then because this is also collapsible, by the way, I put all the brushes that I use for work here, and then at the end of the day, I just put the entire portable organizer with all of the dirty brushes inside a Ziploc, and I carry it home so that I don't stain my backpack, or my brush kit, or wherever I put it. And that was what I was thinking about when I got this, because it kind of almost like is able to do that for me, so I don't need to transfer it to a Ziploc bag anymore. So I just close it, then I'm good to go. So well, basically, even if that's the way that he instructs us how to actually use this, so I think, like, if you have this, you do what you intend to use the product for, basing on how it fits your lifestyle. Although right now I'm like, doubling myself, because I'm thinking I won't use this for that, but truthfully that's how I'm gonna use it for. And who knows, that my mind might change and I might just store more of my eyeshadow brushes here. But we'll see, because like, I don't want to be bringing a lot of stuff for work. Because like, I'm only one person and makeup can be quite heavy. So yeah, anyway, so that's it. By the way, this retailed for $65, and the mat retailed for $30. Okay, so the brush bag unfortunately is out of stock as of this video, and I've read in some posts made by Artist Kit Company that they're not sure when they will restock with this, because it's a fairly new product. So I think I do understand why he's gonna wait before he's going to create new stocks for this, because of course this is new to the market, and then I'm sure he's still trying to gauge the reaction between like the people who buy them, and like, he's also trying to gauge if there are some people who doesn't like the design, and maybe he might need to tweak the design a little bit so that it's just going to be a much more effective brush kit. So I think I would understand that. But he also said that if he receives a lot of love for the brush kit, and like, a lot of people are clamoring for it, I'm sure it's going to come back in stock. So if you guys are interested, I'm going to put a link down onto the Instagram page of Artist Kit Company, so that you can go and check it out and follow him, and maybe, who knows, the time will come that he will be able to stock this, and you will have first-hand news when you'll be able to get yours. Okay, yeah, so I believe that's my vlog for today. But before I let you guys go, what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this very nice, like, fude keychain, which I got at the brush festival last year in Kumano in Hiroshima, and I'm just gonna attach it to the strap here, and it's just going to add a nice decorative piece into the brush kit. Alright, so that's it for me today. So if you guys have any more questions about how I'm going to use my brush kit from Artist Kit Company, please let me know down in the comments box, and let's have a conversation about it. Okay, and if you happen to have this, please let me know how you use it, and maybe I might get some ideas from you as well. Alright, so that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope that you're having a good day wherever you are. Bye!